All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect. That's teaching this word in all true faith and sincerity. On the brother Barak and with me,
The brother that would die.
and with the Akim from the Church of Great Millstone Church of Birmingham. And today we just want to tie this lesson. Seeing the destruction is a reward because that comes with being kept, being delivered as well. You actually witnessing the very thing that you escape. That's part of the reward, as well as
Mhm.
seeing the wicked get their just due, as well as our enemies. So that just part of that seeing the destruction, that's going to actually be a reward. And that comes with the Lord putting that mercy, bestowing that mercy. So matter of fact, you ain't got nothing. Um, let's get Saint Matthew the 10th chapter, Saint Matthew 10, and I think it's 41. Let's see. Yeah, Saint Matthew 10 and 41.
Okay. St. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward.
Mm-hmm.
And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward.
And ultimately, that prophet and that righteous man goes back to Yahawah, goes back to Yahawashi.
Mhm.
And the Lord have his men to bestow his message. And for those that uh, receive it and hearken and hold fast to it, said they shall receive a prophet's reward or a righteous man's reward. And what's that? Ultimately, to be kept, to still be alive, man.
Mhm.
To that's gonna be part of the Lord's mercy. Matter of fact, real quick, get Ezekiel the 33rd chapter. Just going back to that prophet's reward, which is you ultimately still being kept by the way of hearkening unto this. I think it's Ezekiel 33 and I think it's like verse 7. Let's see. It probably got just started up. So like let me look at it.
Okay.
Yep, start at I start at 3. So like
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 3. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people,
uh-huh.
then
And that,
whosoever
and that's
heareth the
and
sound
that's
slack.
like it. And that's the true prophet, man. To actually blow the trumpet of warning, man.
Mhm.
Not a trumpet of mirth and everything gonna be all right, man. No, this is a certain sound that's supposed to go forth when you read First Corinthians the 14th chapter. And that sound ultimately should prepare you for the battle, man. The evils that we are approaching, that's the true prophet. Because it talks about how the testimony of Yahawashi, the spirit of prophecy, you know. So
Mhm.
it, Lord have his men set up to warn you from the sword to come. But you got it out.
Then whosoever heareth the sound of the sword, heareth the sound of the trumpet, and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
So as you can see of the results of not hearkening, of not holding fast to that that trumpet,
Hmm.
ultimately you're going to be put to death. You didn't receive that prophet. You didn't receive that righteous man. So this is the results. Your blood should be upon your own head. Continue.
He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
So that's part of the reward of the prophet, man. That prophet's reward being delivered. Ain't like the Lord sent the watchmen to warn you, but somehow they got caught up in it. No, that's the reward, man. The Lord gave us the eye to see and the ears to hear to hold fast to it, and now we're able to hide ourselves. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so the Lord keeping us from the evils. That's gonna be part of the reward. But in that, us witnessing and seeing that destruction, as we're in the midst of these things, that's going to be a reward, man. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
got anything up?
Yeah, kind.
Time, bro.
Just taking heed to that warning.
Mm-hmm.
First Timothy chapter 4
Right.
and verse 16, it reads, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, which is that warning, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So just going back, if I may, you taking heed to the doctrine, and taking heed to the warning, you're going to receive that prophet's reward, which is what? Salvation, ultimately being kept from the said perils, you know?
That's it. And that's the spirit. That's what I got as well. That second Ezra, the ninth chapter.
Okay.
Because that's the results, man. Going back, that's the results of hearkening and whole. If I show you how vital this word is, it's nothing to take light. Is somebody made a coloring book out of it now. No, man, these things are us to read and apply for the times that we're in. You know,
Second Ezra chapter 9, I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs.
so if I may,
Mhm.
that's why you see things ramping up. See, we coming to the climax of all these plagues and these trouble, these prophecies. You know, so that's why I said that it's a plane. That's just like anything they got to build up to. It start off slow and but ultimately you see everything once it climax, it fully blossoms, man. You know, so that's what we seeing with the prophecies. You got it out.
And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed.
Hey, and they show you that the the source of being of escaping and being saved is from that faith, man.
Mm-hmm.
Us believing in Yahawah Shema and these things will talks about how the wisdom and knowledge is the strength of salvation. Because when all hell break loose, there's not going to be no outlets. But once you meditate on the precepts, the Lord's going to cause an outlet. You know, you got it.
Shall be preserved from the said perils,
Huh?
and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
And that's concerning the elect. Those are the ones that's going to be kept and preserved. But you can see, going back to that source, what sparked it is that faith, man. Because ultimately we're going to be in the midst of all these plagues. We're going to be in the midst of all these troubles and evils. Yet somehow, some way, when the smoke clear and the dust settle, we still standing through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. That's what we hope to be be a part of that number, man. Because these things that we preach and teach, that's gonna part of the reward us. You talking about the destruction, and it don't come, that will throw you off, throw your faith off, man. Going like Noah, he needed that rain to complete everything, man.
Right.
We need the destruction. We need the famine, the beasts of the field, change their place, the economy to fail. America going to World War III. All these things will complete, our faith, man. It will boost it. It would it talks about how the Lord is going to give bread to the eater as these things grow upon the earth. You got anything out?
Yeah, just that faith. Jeremiah chapter 29.
Oh yeah.
And verse 11. It says, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward thee, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." So we're going back to that faith. The thoughts that the Lord has towards his elect is to preserve them, to keep them from those said perils as we just read. Those thoughts of peace, those are to the elect. And seeing that we expect the destruction, we hope that that's our lot to be kept from, because that's in the lines of Yahawashi.
That's it. Because if I may, that's a decree. It said those thoughts of peace. That's those scriptures. Those are the scriptures within the precepts written within the scriptures concerning the elect being kept. Because it's scriptures of being saved from the famine. That's thoughts of peace. Being delivered from the sword. The captivity. Those are the different thoughts of peace written within the scriptures, but it's only for the elect, man.
Are you getting a little back feed?
I don't hear it on my end. Let me see if I can turn it down. I don't know if it's on, if it's my end causing it.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So like it, you got it, bro.
It's like it. As we going into, those thoughts of peace, man. Seeing that the destruction, ultimately is that reward.
Matter of fact, can you give me Psalm 71? When you start at the top, going back to those thoughts of peace, because somebody got to be kept, somebody got to be preserved. Just like in the time when the wilderness concerning the destruction of Egypt, it was witnesses that seen the Pharaoh's army being crushed by the waters, man. The Lord had that work for people to see. It ain't like he did it secretive and you just heard about it that morning after. No, man. You got it all out.
Psalm 71:1. In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion.
And that's what's going to happen to a lot of these people, man. That perplexity is going to befall them, man. because ultimately they didn't trust in the Lord by the way of having this outlook that we have.
Mm-hmm.
That testimony of Yahawashi, the things that we're expecting. That's why going back, you just read, they expected in. We expecting these plagues to come forth, but we just hope, our expectation is that when the smoke clear and dust settle, we're still standing, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when everything comes about, the Lord, He keeps us, He preserves us. Despite the outside elements, we're going to be kept. But for everyone else, they're going to be put to confusion. That perplexity is going to consume them, which that's going to be that's going to be a plague. Confusion and because that's going to be
Mm-hmm.
one of the first things that's going to be taken before a nigga raid a fridge or take your child or whatever. These people mind is going to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
You got it up.
Good. Deliver me in thy righteousness and cause me to escape.
See, and cause me to escape. So it's going to be Yahawah outside is going to cause us to escape, man. And we know the ultimate escape is going to be by the chariots. That's going to be the climax of the escape. It talks about how we shall be as a bird, with wings, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, I think it's Psalm 124. You also read it in Psalms 55, I believe, concerning us being as a bird, because ultimately that's going to be the ultimate escape. The chariots, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
even the build up to it, because it's all the build up. Uh, the Lord's going to cause us to escape the famine. He's going to cause us to escape the captivity, the sword, and everything else that's going to have these people on lock. The Lord's going to have us to escape. You got it, though, bro.
Incline thy ear unto me and save me.
Mm.
Be thou my strong habitation, whereto I may whereto I may continually resort.
And what's that? The scriptures, man. That's the comfort.
Hmm.
See, when we bad into a corner, it's going to be the precepts that's going to get us out through the Spirit. That's what's going to spark the miracles. It talks about how I think that's the Sirach too. And then look at the generations of old.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to probably be in the same position as the three holy children. But guess what? The Lord have that precept to combat it. The very plagues that's going to come upon these people, the Lord is going to combat it with the scriptures, man. Going back to that those thoughts of peace and not of evil, because the Lord said it's going to be a famine. He said
Mm-hmm.
it is going to be a destruction. But guess what? He said somebody's going to be eaten during that time. Somebody's going to be kept from the fire.
Mm.
So this is what we're going to resort. This is our refuge. You got it out.
Thou hast given commandment to save me,
Mm.
for thou art my rock and fortress.
So this is really a decree for the elect to be delivered, man. That's why we hope to be a part of that number,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because somebody got to fall in that category. And in that, those that are in that category is going to actually witness these things unfold, man. That's just like you in the scary movie, but the bad guy, he keep walking past you while everybody else being put to death crazy ways. You watch one of
Right.
these slasher films,
Mm-hmm.
but you in the room while he chasing the girl. You know what I mean?
God.
So that's how it's gonna be, man. Lord, we're part of that righteous number, even though we're gonna, of course, our faith is gonna be tested.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, uh, we're gonna be witnessing these things play out in real time, man.
Mm-hmm. I
You
got
got
something
something,
for
bro?
you.
Ah,
Good. St. John chapter 17
oh yeah.
and verse 15, because you mentioned you being in a room with the slasher, you know, you see everybody get put to death and it's not coming at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh St. John chapter 17 and verse 15. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world,
Mm-hmm.
but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. So our Lord Yahawashi prayed that we be kept from the evil, man. So we're
Mhm.
going to be in the midst of these things going on, you know. As you mentioned, last night in the live speaking, you on the road or whatever and out in the world, and a wild animal take somebody else and leave you alone, man.
Mhm.
You know, those are the things that the Lord prayed that His elect, be kept from, man. You know, and it's going to be according to your faith. You know, those
Right.
things that you uh hope in, and that faith is developed by knowing the report, knowing the precepts, knowing what the Lord did for Peter when he was taken, you know, and he had to go through a mist of what is that, 4 quatrains of soldiers, you know.
Mhm.
He was basically in a maximum security prison, you know, and then when he finally exited out those final doors, he knew for a surety that was an angel of Yahawah that brought him through, man. You know,
Right.
but we're gonna be put in those same situations, for our faith to be proven, and the Lord's gonna deliver His elect, man. Somebody got to play that role. Somebody got to have that lot, you know. But that was it.
God, that's the spirit. Matter of fact, you can give me Psalms 33. We can start at verse 16.
Okay.
Because like you said, somebody gotta fall in that category. The Lord, he wrote it out. He's gonna save somebody. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So this is we seeing it playing out, man. Is already being the Lord already doing his separation and uh making it clear who's who. And this, by the way, of this word being on display and your reaction to it, man. So we
Mm-hmm.
hold fast to it and cleave to it. That's like a lifeline, that life raft. But you rejecting it, that's rejecting that favor from the Lord. That's an automatic death sentence.
Mm-hmm.
But you got it up.
Con. This is Psalms chapter 33 and verse 16. There is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength.
Hmm.
A horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
And ultimately, this is gonna really make sense in a times of trouble, man. How these things that's perceived as power and might is not going to withstand the prophecies of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Because we can go into history concerning a king with a mighty host, and they was taken down. You had the immortals, but you had the Greeks to overtake them. You had the mighty man Goliath, the nigga with 6 toes, six.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He was the champion of them damn Hamites. But guess what? The young lad David uh, was able to put him to death, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi. But really, anything that's perceived as power within this world is not going to withstand, it's not going to hold up to the judgments of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi. You know, you got it out.
It says, behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy.
So it said upon them that hope in his mercy. So that means those that them, they know something. Well, the request is mercy, man. Of course, us offending Yahweh Shem Yahawashi. But even past that, the Lord is about to bring forth his wrath. Talks about that in Habakkuk. In wrath, remember mercy.
That's it.
So we hoping the Lord have mercy upon us as these things unfold. And as these things unfold and you still that's the reward, man. You seeing it happen. You as you mentioned earlier, a beast take you. That's that ransom, man.
Mm.
You know?
God.
You
Ooh,
got
that's
it.
it.
That's like you got it, bro.
No, yeah, that's it. If I may, just add to your point, that's that ransom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, matter of fact, what is that?
Oh man,
Yeah,
you got it.
Proverbs
Con.
It's a couple of them, but it's the one that's coming to mind. Proverbs 21, I believe. Let me see. Um,
Oh yeah, 21 and 18, I think.
yep, kind. The what out. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 18. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous,
Mm.
and the transgressor for the upright. So you see, those things are going to play out, man. And you're going to be in the midst of them. You know that person is being taken, by the Gurga troops. They don't even see you. And they end up taking that wicked or that transgressor who was right there with you, man. Because so those things are going to be made manifest in this time, man. You're going to have a wicked 2/3, escape because they was able to stock up a little bit or have a feel for what's going on in the earth, you know, and then all of a sudden they in your presence and the Lord have them as that ransom, man, you know,
Uh-huh.
and that's the reward you're gonna see, the destruction, them being taken, you know.
That's it.
I got some real quick.
God.
Uh, what is it? Staying in the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 25. It reads, "Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither the desolation of the wicked when it cometh." So you're gonna see those things, man. And the scripture is giving us a commandment. When these things start happening, don't be afraid of this sudden fear. Why? Because you've been abreast of the report. And I also said, when the desolation of the wicked, when it cometh, so it's a guarantee that you're going to see these things play out. It says, "For the Lord shall be thy confidence and shall keep thy foot from being taken." So you're going to be preserved in that time, man, when the desolation of the wicked occurs. You know, you'll look at your window and, you see Gurga troops coming down the street and they hitting every house with yours because the Lord has it cloaked. You know, it look like an abandoned house from the road, and like nobody's lived there in years. To their eyes. You know.
God.
We mentioned it. I believe in a Sunday class a while back, to where the people heard thundering and the other
Oh
people
God.
heard,
Oh
the
man.
voice. So Lord can make those things manifest, man. He's gonna make those things manifest. You
Mhm.
got it, huh?
Hey, yeah, that's heavy. You said the Lord's going to lift up a standard, man. All these different. It's going to be different ways to escape, man. At the end of the day, we're going to know it was Yahawashi, man.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, we start getting into it now. Matter of fact, we get Job 5,
Mm-hmm.
Job chapter 5, and start at 19.
Okay. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, and verse 19. "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee."
Yeah, so we coming to the climax of these troubles, man. The famine, these different plagues, anguish, death, war. Well, ultimately, it said in the 7th, that's concerning the destruction. It said, "No evil shall touch thee," and that's going to be by the way of us being going up into that ship, man. That's going to be the way that way out, you know. But even the build up to it, the Lord said He's going to deliver us from these certain things. So to show you that we're going to be in a mist, we're going to actually be seeing shit.
Hmm.
We're going to actually be going through the mist and seeing these judgments. And somehow the Lord is going to keep us. You got it out.
It says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword."
And we seeing these things on the earth, and it's only increasing. It have this haven't been a time where it has been this rampant to where it's the norm to hear about shortages and recalls and
Mm-hmm.
actually plants burning down now. And even in war, concerning war, our Lord Yahawashi said there's gonna be wars and rumors of wars. You got you got actually YouTube channels dedicated to the them giving you updates and shit concerning the war.
Right.
Every day you're hearing about weapons being shipped here or money being sent there. So we coming to the climax of this thing, man. But as you can see, we're going to be redeemed and kept from these things. You got it out.
Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
And that's really a commandment, man. Just going back, we read how the Lord have given a commandment to save. This
Mm-hmm.
this gonna be part of it. The Lord gonna put a certain spirit on us, man, not to be afraid, man. Which we, of course, you in the flesh. That's why it had this is being spoken, man. That's why I would say we should not be afraid. Matter of fact, you can get some real quick. Get I think it's Sirach 22:16,
Uh,
because it's this truth that's gonna keep us grounded. You know, Everyone else when their destruction comes, they're gonna fall apart, man. When it talks about the turbulence, when the rain come and the flood of pledge, this overwhelming presence of Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi, these
mm-hmm.
people gonna fall apart, man. You got it out.
Sirach 22:16. As timber girt and bound together in a building cannot be loose with shaking.
And that's and
So
that's
the mm-hmm.
Salaki, bro. Is that's us being in the house of David, man.
Mm-hmm.
That being in that house that was just like the Noah's Ark. The instructions was set up to where it was able to withstand, you know, that flood. You couldn't just build some on the fly and think you were gonna be able to float to the water receded. No, it was certain instructions to where you had to have certain pitch, it had to have the certain dimensions, the certain wood. You know, that's why the scripture says, "Take heed how you build, as well as how
Mm-hmm.
you hear, man." Because this is how that building now is by the way of this doctrine, man, and us dwelling in. So this that house of David can't be loose with shaking. Despite all this turbulence that's going on, the house still gonna stand. Why? Because that foundation is built on Yahawashi. You got it.
Mm-hmm. So the heart that is established by advised counsel shall fear at no time.
See, so it show you the advised counsel, which is this truth, this understanding. Is really meant for this moment. Just like you have a house and it's in a certain area where earthquakes are prevalent, where it's a certain way you got to build it, man. You know, for that moment, you gotta strap your water heater to the wall a certain way and all that, man. So that's why the Lord gave us this understanding for this moment, to where when that time of fear come, we're not gonna fall apart because this truth is going to keep us, man. You know, but you got it out. I think that was it on that.
Con,
Yeah, you got something?
Job.
Oh yeah, come.
Uh
If
yeah,
you got something, you gonna get it, bro.
con. Just going back on not being shaken when
Mm,
those things come about. Psalms chapter 58 and verse 10, it says, "The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance." So you're not going to be shaken in that time. You're going to be stable. You're actually going to have a spirit of mirth on you, man.
huh?
It says, "He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked," which is parabolic, you know. It says, "So that a man shall say, Verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, there is a power that judgeth in the earth." So those things that we're looking for, man, you know. So if you're looking for those things, you're not going to be all over the place. You're not going to be a scatterbrain. You're not going to be perplexed. you know, you're going to be stable. Not shaking. You know.
Hey, that's if it may, that's the reward for the righteous to see the vengeance. That's the reward, man, to see the judgment take place, and we're not in it, man.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to experience that side of mercy, man. Because that's how it was, with is either it's one or the other, man. Somebody hitting the lotto, that means you then.
Yeah.
Somebody some good happen, that means that's bad for you, man. So the
Mm-hmm.
Lord said he's mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. So we're experiencing that forgiveness side. We don't want to experience that displeasure side, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reward.
I got one more.
Kind, bro.
Sirach, just that vengeance,
Mhm.
Sirach chapter 18. But see, we're meditating on the things that the Lord is getting ready to do. So that brings us comfort once we see them play out. It keeps us stable. Just going back to the analogy you made of the slasher film. You done seen the horror already. So when the horror comes, you're not gonna be shaken. You're not gonna be taken by those things.
Huh?
So chapter 18. I'm gonna get to the point, verse 24. Think upon the wrath that shall be at the end. And that's why our meditation lies, the prophecies, the famine, the teeth of wild beasts, the Gurgle troops, the implementation of the MOTB, World War III, It says, and the time of vengeance when he shall turn away his face. So the answers are gonna leave at that time of vengeance, man, and that's gonna contribute to the people not knowing how to go about their day. They're gonna be shaken and taken in that time, man. But that was it.
Fine, that's it. That's heavy right there. We can go back to that Job.
Okay. Job chapter 5 and verse 21. It says, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh."
Oh, if I may too, it's another one you just read where it said we shall rejoice when we see the vengeance. That's another one in when we read Revelation the 18th chapter, talks about how the holy prophets
Oh
they shall
yeah.
rejoice, when they see the vengeance of Babylon being burned,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all part of the reward, man. The Lord keeping us from these things, and you're able to see it now. Just like Lot. See, Lot wanted to see the destruction, man. Ain't like he was prophesying the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. You don't think that his desire was wanting him to see that you see that shit, man? So like you.
That's it.
Yeah, he ain't like he ain't like he was just vexed. Talks about he was vexed daily, man. And he was at the gates prophesying of against that place, man. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't think that man wanted to see the destruction? At least Abraham woke up and seen the smoke. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be a reward, man, to actually witness and see this thing unfold, But you can continue out.
Kind. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh,
Mm.
neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
So yeah, it said at destruction and famine thou shalt last. So that means we're gonna be on the other side of that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like we're gonna suffer from the famine. You on your bed, you ain't got no strength to move, but you laughing. No, man, that's concerning. The Lord's gonna have us in a certain state. We're gonna be in a certain spirit, and we're gonna actually laugh, man. Our enemies, we're gonna see our enemies suffer. That's the Lord gonna put a heavy spirit on us, and it said we shall not even be afraid of the beasts of the earth, and that show you the beast is gonna be mingled with the people, man. Whether these zoo animals or even a
Mm-hmm.
damn drone, that's all part of it, man. You got it out.
If I may, real quick, you got
Con.
this guy on the comment board.
Yeah, man.
This and shit. See, I believe this is a Asian, a vocab himself, man. Like that guy, GMS Somalia.
Yes.
If you have no affiliation with, man, just go play in the street, go play in traffic, man.
Yeah.
This is not for you. Because we
Right.
reading about your destruction. We reading about you being taken in the time of all hell being broken loose, man. You know, don't come around us. You know, but Salaki, you got it.
Yeah, that's sick. You see what I'm saying? We supposed to be we supposed to be just some crazy 10-4 hat wearing guys, and you come over here with that bullshit, man. That and Lord, this really the Lord marking these guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we ain't got no dealings with this dude right here.
Oh man.
You got to do out.
Con,
You probably just
So
yeah.
I already got him. You might
Con,
want to look out for him on your comment board because he popped up on mine. You know, you fucking demons, man. Lord
con,
got you, man.
yeah.
You gonna be one of them ransoms.
Yeah, real talk. We gonna yeah, I'm the guy pissing shit. Yeah, that is that. We gonna know in the spirit. That's that dude pissing shit.
Cuz. Oh man. This is Job chapter 5 and verse 23. It says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee."
Hey, that's one of those thoughts of peace, man. The Lord is
Mhm.
those are scriptures certain these are different decrees. The Lord is implementing, especially when all hell break loose. These things gonna come into play, man. You know.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, read the next verse.
Con. "And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and that thou shalt visit thy habitation and shall not sin."
So as we see as things unfold, said, then we shall know that our tabernacle shall be in peace. We in the right house, man. The
Hmm.
house of David.
Mhm.
As these things unfold and the Lord's keeping us from it. This is all part of the reward, seeing these things unfold and being kept from it. Of course, like I said, we're gonna actually our faith is going to be tested. Yeah, we're gonna have to go without eating for however long the Lord see fit. But that faith, that's gonna actually bring forth those miracles, man. The Lord's gonna actually
Mhm.
step in and make things happen. As well as we're gonna see the people that's outside of this circle to befall these things, man.
Mhm.
So you got anything else up?
Yeah, I got one more.
Con.
Psalms chapter 92 and verse 11. It says, "Mine eyes also shall see my desire on mine enemies,
Mm,
and mine ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me." So
mm,
yeah,
mm,
we're gonna see it, man. And our desire, as Lot's desire, was to see them be put to death, man. You know,
mhm.
and we're vexed, as Lot is vexed from day to day, well, seeing and hearing, man. So the Lord is going to grant that reward this time to see our enemies, being put to death, man, in various ways. But you got it out.
Con. Matter of fact, we can end off on Revelation the 15th chapter because that's the climax. And as you see, that's his desire is to see these things, to see the wicked be destroyed, and to hear it. You know what I mean?
Hmm, hmm,
Hey, that's heavy, man. That's the mercy of the Lord. The Lord, he's gonna show his mercy and he's gonna show his wrath. And both
mhm.
sides gonna see it, man. You know? So you got it out. You started talking.
Con. Revelation chapter 15 and verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. For in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High.
And we just read in Job concerning that 7th,
Mhm.
that's concerning the destruction, man. That's when everything is going to be complete. And that angel pour that vial out. We got to be in the chariots by then, man. You got it out.
And I saw, as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
So that sea of glass is concerning the ozone layer, and that's how far we we gonna step back to see the show, man.
Mm-hmm.
Being in them chairs, we're gonna have to step back to see the show. That's why going back to Lot, he had to go. I forgot what city it was before the destruction. He had to be in that city before the destruction, man. Be in a certain radius, you
Mm.
know. So that's what the Lord. We're gonna be in them chariots, witnessing that destruction. You got it out.
And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works,
Hmm.
Lord power almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints.
And brother, you read that in Psalms 58. Surely he's a power that judgeth in the earth, man. He's a righteous power that judge in the earth because we able to see this judgment. The Lord had brought forth. It's not like the Lord allowed this man to escape with the spoils. You know, it said the righteous is going to rejoice when we see the judgment. So this is
Mhm.
this we're going to say sing the song of Moses, and that's after the Lord crashed the waters on Pharaoh's army. So how much more now, man?
Mhm.
You know. So it
Mhm.
showed that seeing the destruction and witnessing these things being kept from it, that's a reward. You got anything else, bro?
Blah.
So yeah, we hope this will edify. We like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Like to say shalom to the elect that teach the word on true faith and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.